between Haley Deegan in that 19 running in the 2 spot right now, in the 16, the Napa Auto Parts Toyota of Derek Kraus. Right now under caution for the first time tonight for the 36 of Ron J. Ron J went around in turn 3. Good racing so far as we are 26 laps down now. First 3 laps under caution here tonight for the first caution flag of the evening. Keith McGee in the 37 car is going get the free pass there, so he's going to get his lap back, go to the tail end of the longest line. As the NASCAR Toyota pace car makes a hard right into the pits, lights are off. Haley Deegan on the outside of the front row with Derek Kraus to here inside. Row number 2 is going to the 6 of Jagger Jones. To his high side's the number 9 of Trevor Huddleston as we get ready to go green flag racing once again here after the first caution flag of the night. Green flag is out and the hammers go back down. And Derek Kraus once again for the second time getting a good jump at the restart. But here comes the 6 of Jagger Jones. Jones making a bold move, aggressive drive on that restart. And he's going to take the 2 spot away from Deegan. And Cody Vanderwall in the 43 is following suit as well. Good battle up front. Deegan and Cody Vanderwall right now. Vanderwall's got the edge out of turn number 3. Big drive down off of the backstretch. Deegan battles back, loses the front end of the nose a little bit though through 3 and 4. She gets through the center, and that's going to allow Cody Vanderwall to take the 3 spot away. So Deegan on this most recent restart has lost 2 positions in the 19 car back to the 4 spot, but she's going right back to work now on Cody Vanderwall in that 43. Single file all the way through the field. Once again, they've spread out 31 laps into this 150 lapper, and it's Cody Vanderwall in the 3 spot now with Haley Deegan. Deegan takes a look to the inside as Vanderwall loses the back end out of turn number 4, opening the door, and here comes Haley Deegan. Deegan to the inside, back in a battle for the 3 spot now with Cody Vanderwall. That's the battle on the track to watch right now as the 19 of Deegan clears the 43 of Vanderwall, and now single file through the field. Kraus continues to lead, and Haley Deegan in the 19 has made her way back up into the 3 spot. Boy, Derek Kraus has showed some really extraordinary speed right now in that 16 car. Looking to make it 2 years in a row that he goes to victory lane tonight. 34 laps in, 150 lap main event here from the Douglas County Speedway tonight. You're watching it right now on fanschoice.tv. Whoa, we've got a spin in turn number 2 and almost contact as the 77 of Takuma Koga goes around, and that's going to bring out our second caution flag of the night. That was a hairy situation on the exit of turn number 2, which if you talk to these drivers, they will tell you that that's the tough corner to get through. And he's doing a pretty good job right now, is our race leader Derek Kraus, and it looks like the 35 down there on the track's having some issues. Whoa, he just went high and almost took out Brittany Zamora. That was close. Pretty extensive damage right now on that 35 car. NASCAR safety officials are going to make their way out onto the racetrack now. They're looking for oil coming off of that damaged machine, that number 35 car. After a tight situation out of turn number 2, took us to our second caution flag of the night here. So the 36 of Ron J is going to come around. He's going to get his lap back, or one of his laps back, I think. And it looks like the 35 car of Taylor Canfield. Yeah, the 35 car of Taylor Canfield is pulled off of the racetrack now. Looks like NASCAR is saying that there is potentially some fluid laid down on the racetrack right now. And they're trying to decipher right now whether or not it's actual water or or oil laid down on the track. Big difference, obviously significant difference between the two. And they're saying right now that they did find some oil down on the racetrack right now, so the safety officials are going to go to work now laying down some oil dry, and that always makes things a little bit interesting in a NASCAR race whenever there's oil on the racetrack. That oil dry that goes down, kind of a loose, dry substance, and that can change the handling on these race cars pretty significantly. It really doesn't take a lot to change the handling on these race cars, and a little bit of oil dry definitely doesn't help the situation, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now on the track. You can see down there the safety officials going to work on the track right now. They're gonna the red flag has not come out. They're still hanging the yellow flag up off the flag stand as NASCAR slows the pace of the pace vehicle on the track to allow for the track officials and track crew to get that oil dried down. And boy, tons of fluid laid down on the track right now as NASCAR is going to bring these race cars to a stop to keep them from driving through that oil dry down on the racetrack right now. Also nice that they're stopping the race cars on the track right now, because that brings the lap count down a little bit. Now remember, yellow flag laps are being counted on the board right now. So this, the second caution flag of the night, we got them stopped out on the track. They're going to bring a sweeper out, and a lot of oil laid down after our second caution flag of the night, and Taylor Canfield in the 35 car goes down. Well, that could have been a lot worse, I think, than it actually was. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, but obviously the brunt of the impact from this, the second caution flag of the night for the Clint Newell Auto Group 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts, is, of course, the pretty excessive amount of oil laid down on the track. Right now, track officials have pretty much laid down a strip of oil dry that's extended all the way from turn number 2 down the entirety of the backstretch, and they're still going to work in turn number 3 now on the oil that is on the racetrack right now. So we are under red flag conditions right now. Cars are stopped on the racetrack. Second caution flag of the night, and it's been all Derek Kraus in the number 16 Napa Auto Parts Toyota in this one so far. Boy, Haley Deegan got freight trained almost in that that first restart after the first caution flag of the night in that number 19 machine down there, but she was able to get that. She went back to fourth. She was able to make her way back around Cody Vanderwall in that 43 car. She's finding herself in the third position right now. Jagger Jones, who rolled off third on the initial green flag drop for this 150 lapper, rolled off third. He's finding himself in the 2 spot right now, but they're all chasing Derek Kraus. Kraus, of course, was the big winner from a year ago here in Roseburg, Oregon. Well, and you know Derek Kraus has got to be hungry right now after having a pretty dismal run. They had some electrical issues that took them pretty much out of the running there in Sonoma a week ago on the road course. We talked to him earlier in the day, and he expressed some pretty good joy over being back out on the racetrack, the oval racetrack that is, as opposed to the road courses. So Derek Kraus looking to get a win here tonight, looking to make it 2 in a row from last season here at Roseburg, Oregon at the Douglas County Speedway. We are under red flag conditions right now, 39 laps in. Wow, I'll tell you what, right now they have laid down an oil dry patch that extends all the way from the exit of turn number 2 down the entirety of the backstretch through the center of 3 and 4. It looks like the oil come all the way through 3 and 4. This may be a whole entire lap worth of oil laid down on the racetrack right now. So the track officials certainly have a tough row to hoe. They've got their work cut out for them now, putting the oil dry down. And In fact, NASCAR's up here right now making a little bit of a joke right now, saying if the ambulance drivers had a broom, they would send the ambulance drivers out right now. So huge oil laydown, big oil spill after our second caution for the number 35 of Taylor Canfield. The driver out of San Diego, California, is having a rough go at it early on. We are 39 laps in to this, the 150 lapper, brought to you by the Clinton Newell Auto Group, presented by Napa Auto Parts and Ineos. Well, what do you think, race fans? Make some noise if you're loving what you're seeing so far tonight. You see that? That right there is why the highlight of my whole season is when I come to Roseburg, Oregon, man. The Roseburg, you Oregon fans, you guys know how to have a good time. I love it. Loving my time here at Oregon. Yeah, that's right. Make some noise for yourselves. Oh, yeah. Couldn't do it without the race fans. Couldn't do it either without our sponsors. And I wanted to give a huge shout-out and a big thank you once again to the Clinton Newell Auto Group for helping put this show on as they do every year, as well as Bill McAnally Racing, Toyota, also, and Napa Auto Parts. Everybody that puts a hand in on this show deserves a huge round of applause, and that's what we're going to give them.
Hey, we got music going or something?
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tonight's action brought to you in part by Bigfoot Beverages. Bigfoot Beverages is an Oregon company rich in family tradition, steeped in community involvement, and unwavering commitment to delivering quality beverages. Support Bigfoot Beverages. They support your NASCAR race. Looks like we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing now. The red flag's coming out. The yellow flag, or the red flag's coming out. The yellow flag coming back out. They have fired the race engines here as Derek Kraus in the 16. The Bill McAnally Racing Napa Auto Parts Toyota. Top of the board. He has stayed on top all 39 laps that we've run so far. We've got we still got 111 more circuits around the Douglas County Speedway to decide this one. Want to welcome all of our viewers in from fanschoice.tv, tuning in for tonight's race of the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West from Roseburg, Oregon, here at the Douglas County Speedway. If you're just joining us, we are under our second caution flag of the night. The first one came out for the number 36 car. And then, of course, this second one, much more of a lengthy caution flag for the number 35 of Taylor Canfield. Canfield either blew an engine or, I don't know what happened there, but Taylor Canfield put motor oil basically all the way around the entirety of the racetrack, and I think that is a product or stemming, if you will, from that incident out of the exit of turn number 2. I didn't get a good look at that incident on the exit there, kind of in the back of the field, but either way, it's kind of thrown a little bit of a curveball into the mix here as we get ready to get back green flag racing. And the curveball I'm talking about is, of course, the oil dry that they put down onto the racetrack. Now, keep in mind, it's out of the first groove. This is by and large, this is a one groove racetrack out here. And what we're seeing right now is a huge oil dust streak from the oil dry that the NASCAR officials have put down on the racetrack. And like I said, that's going to throw a little bit of a curveball into the mix for tonight's race as Derek Kraus is your race leader. The field's coming through that oil dry, scrubbing it in. NASCAR, I think they're going to give him a couple of laps out here to run through that oil dry, get it all worked into the racetrack so that we can go back to the green flag racing here. Now, keep an eye on Jagger Jones in that 6 car. The Bob Bruncati Sunrise Ford has been pretty fast here tonight. Got a good jump on the restart. After that first caution flag, he was able to get up underneath the 19 of Hailie Deegan and take that 2 spot away. Deegan got shuffled back to the 4th position as Cody Vanderwall was able to follow suit as well. And Vanderwall, though, lost that position back as Hailie Deegan was able to get back into the 3rd spot. But Deegan, after having started from the outside of the front row of her teammate, number 16, Derek Kraus, is finding herself running 3rd. Looks like Trevor Huddleston, the 2nd Bob Bruncati Sunrise Ford entry, is staying pretty consistent right now in the 4th spot. And Brittany Zamora, who had a top 6 qualifying effort here tonight, has moved up 1 spot, and she rounds out your top 5 driving the number 99 Ineos Motor Oil Bill McAnally Racing Toyota entry here at Douglas County Speedway tonight. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing as NASCAR sets the pace. We've turned, looks like 4 more laps, so we're at lap number 43 now of this, the Clint Newell Auto Group Toyota 150, presented by Napa Auto Parts and Ineos Motor Oil. So we are currently still under caution right now. NASCAR's trying to get that oil drive, which is in a pretty excessive amount. In fact, I've been doing this quite a while, and I don't know if I've ever seen oil dry put down on the racetrack that it goes almost entirely around the entirety of the racetrack. The oil dry line starts on the top groove on the exit of turn number 3 and goes all the way around the backstretch, round thirds Looks like pace cars off of the track. Now we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Derek Kraus on the inside of the front row leads the field back towards the green flag. Flag band's got it in hand. Jagger Jones going to be rolling off on the outside of row number 2. The 19 Haley Deegan. Third, fourth is going to be Cody Vanderwall. Let's see it. Green flag is out. And we are back racing once again here from Douglas County Speedway in Roseburg, Oregon. 57 laps down on the board. We are underneath 100 to go here in the running of the Quinn Newell Auto Group 150. And a bad restart there for the 6 car. Boy, that looked like almost an automatic replay of what we saw on that last restart from the first caution flag of the night. This time it was Haley Deegan taking advantage of the 6 of Jagger Jones. Jones has lost 2 spots back to the 4th position. Cody Vanderwall running 3rd. Rounding out your top 5 right now is the number 9 of Trevor Huddleston with Travis Milburn in the 08. 6th, 7th is Brittany Zamore in the number 99. Bill McAnally racing Eneos entry. Right now it looks like Derek Kraus in the Napa Auto Parts number 16 has the number on the field right now. He's got about a 4-car length gap between himself and Haley Deegan in the 19. It's single file all the way through the field, and we got a spinner in turn number 3 and 4. It's the 37, and we got another caution flag out on the track. That green flag session lasted all of about 4 laps, and we've got another caution flag out, this time for the number 37 of Keith McGee in the American Cancer Society Chevrolet. Well, so far this race tonight has been marred by caution flags. This is going to be the 3rd one of the night. We had a lengthy red flag period after the 2nd caution flag of the night, but it's all Derek Kraus right now in this one. Kraus in the 16 is putting on a pretty dominating performance right now. Gotta wonder if Deegan is laying back right now, saving her stuff, getting ready for the final run of the night. That final 50 laps, that's the money time, if you will, for these drivers. And right now it looks like Derek Kraus has got the car to beat, but the question in my mind is Haley Deegan, Cody Vanderwall, or Jagger Jones have anything for him? Right now it looks to me like the best car in that scenario would be the number 19 of Haley Deegan in terms of having something for Derek Kraus, but we're going to find out under caution for the 3rd time here at Douglas County Speedway. All right, so we got word up here from NASCAR. The lineup is set. They're going to let the 77 of Takuma Koga, the driver out of Nagoya, Japan, take his free lap back. So he's going to make his way around for the tail end of the longest line. And the 16 of Derek Kraus is going to lead him around. The 19 Haley Deegan P2. Going to be interesting to see what happens on this restart. The last couple of restarts, we've seen that 2nd place car is kind of get freight trained a little bit, shuffled to the back of the pack. We saw it on that first restart after the first caution flag of the night. It happened to Haley Deegan. Deegan rolled off in the 2 spot on the outside of the 16 of Derek Kraus. And she got freight trained by Cody Vanderwall and Jagger Jones. Right now, Deegan's going to be in that position again. We saw that also on that 2nd restart after the 2nd caution flag. Same thing happened, only the script, if you will, was flipped a little bit with the 6 of Jagger Jones taking advantage of that 3rd place position. He and Cody Vanderwall were able to make their way underneath Deegan, but then of course Deegan was able to battle back. So here we go, 67 to go, or 67 down, and we are underneath 100 to go in this, the running of the Clinton Newell Auto Group 150. Derek Kraus, Haley Deegan, front row, BMR 1-2. Third place, Cody Vanderwall. And fourth place, Jagger Jones rolling around. Green flag flies once again. Plant the power, harvest the speed. Back at it here from Douglas County Speedway, and right off of the bat, Cody Vanderwall taking advantage of that third place starting position. He's gotten to the inside of the 19 of Deegan. Here comes Jones. Jones with a little bumper music on Deegan. Deegan goes wide, 3 wide in the back, and Deegan's going to lose 2 spots on that one. Wow, little bumper music coming right there from the number 6 of Jagger Jones, putting it back into the backside of the 19 of Deegan. Deegan loses a couple of spots. She shuffled back into the 5th spot, and we've got a battle for position number 3 now between teammates Jagger Jones and Trevor Huddleston. Huddleston to the inside of Jones. Jones gets a huge surge of momentum off of the center in 1 and 2, though, and he's back at it into the 3 spot. Boy, big push right there from the number 9 of Trevor Huddleston. Meanwhile, in back there, Jagger Jones gets a little bumper music back from Haley Deegan. Deegan putting the right front into the left rear of the 6 of Jones. She's got the inside line. Brittany Zamora in the 99 following suit. Wow, great battle right there is brewing right now. It's bubbling to the surface. The 6 of Jagger Jones, the 19 of Haley Deegan. Deegan 4th, Jones 5th. Brittany Zamora running in the 6th spot. She's going to put a little bumper there to the number 6 car of Jagger Jones. 73 laps down. All Derek Kraus so far. Wow, look out. The number 33 of James Cooley about goes around right there. He's been struggling all weekend very mightily. And it's single file all the way through the pack now. We are at lap number, coming around to take lap number 75, which means we've got 75 more to go. We are halfway home here in the running of the Clinton Newell Auto Group 150, presented by Napa Auto Parts and Eneos Motor Oil. And it's all Derek Kraus. He has led 75 of the 75 laps run so far. Cody Vanderwall is running in the 2 spot with Trevor Huddleston 3rd and Haley Deegan 4th. Good battle for the 5th position in the back behind them between the number 6 of Jones and the 99 of Brittany Zamora. Zamora, the driver out of Washington, making a name for herself in the late model series up there in the Northwest, making the jump this year into the bigger, higher powered, heavier race cars in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West. Talked to her earlier on in the night about that, and she's liking what she's doing in this series. She said her progression and her learning curve is becoming more and more accelerated with each passing race. This is, of course, the 7th race of the season, the halfway point for the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West, and the points championship could not be any better between the 2 Bill McAnally Racing drivers. Derek Kraus came into tonight with a 1-point lead over Haley Deegan in the race for the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West 2019 points title. And right now, Derek Kraus is looking pretty strong. Good battle brewing in the back, and there for the number 3 position between Trevor Huddleston and Haley Deegan. Deegan looking to the inside as the 9 car swings a little bit wide out of turn 4. "81 laps down past the halfway mark here in the Clinton Newell Auto Group 150, presented by Napa Auto Parts, as the race between Deegan continues to heat up. Deegan giving a little bumper music to him now, making a big run off onto the brakes into turn number 3. Deegan looks to the inside. Nothing there as Huddleston slams the door on him up there out of turn number 2 to cross the stripe. Battle continues to rage on now between Haley Deegan and Trevor Huddleston in that 9 car. Huddleston and Deegan making their way around some lap traffic now as the pair of drivers have started to close the gap just a little bit onto Cody Vanderwall. And up front, well, it's all Derek Kraus right now in the 16 machine. Derek Kraus, fantastic job of driving early on in this one. 84 laps in, and he's led all of them. Well, we got a couple of really good battles on the racetrack right now between Haley Deegan and Trevor Huddleston. That's the one in the battle for the 4 spot, the 3 spot, the battle for the 4 spot between Brittany Zamora and Jagger Jones is also getting good. A couple of BMR cars battling with a couple of Bruncati cars. Meanwhile, the number 16 BMR car, the Napa Auto Parts Toyota of Derek Kraus, he's all over this field, mauling them right now. Big old gap, about a half straightaway between himself and second place driver Cody Vanderwall. Meanwhile, I'm looking over at the pits. Matt Levine making a hard right exit, so Matt Levine coming off of the racetrack. As Derek Kraus continues to lead, working his way through some lap traffic. We got the number 9 of Trevor Huddleston and the number 6 of Jagger Jones. Both those guys are battling with the BMR cars of Haley Deegan and Brittany Zamora. Battle for the third spot. Raging on here is the 19 of Deegan, looking to the inside of the 6. Excuse me, that's the 9 of Huddleston. 89 laps done. Going to be 60 to go as Derek Kraus gets back on the loud pedal out of turn number 4 to cross the stripe. Lap 90 coming your way. Boy, great battle now as you see the 19 of Deegan and the 9 of Huddleston working their way through some lap traffic. 91 laps in. Still working on the number 9 of Trevor Huddleston is the 19 of Deegan. Boy, Deegan's got really good speed into the corner and through the center, and I think that's where she might be better than Trevor Huddleston right now, particularly through turns 3 and 4 right now. But it's all Deegan and it's all Huddleston battling right now. Cody Vanderwall in the 2 spot, but Derek Kraus continues to lead this one. He's looking to get his second win in a row. Oh, wow, Haley Deegan taking advantage of a loose race car. The 9 of Huddleston works to the inside. They're dive bomb side to side, door to door. Deegan's going to clear the 9 of Huddleston and take the 3 spot away. So Deegan's now moved up into that 3 position. Has to go to work now on Cody Vanderwall. Well, Huddleston just lost that position. Looked like he got a little bit loose, either with some very minimal help from Haley Deegan, or maybe he just got loose on entry. It's too close to call, really. "97 laps on the board. Down, done, and in the books. We're approaching 50 to go here from Douglas County Speedway. You're watching it live on fanschoice.tv. Deegan now starting to gap the 9 of Huddleston a little bit. She's worked that 3 position up about 2.5 car lengths in between herself and Trevor Huddleston, going to work trying to catch the number 43 of Cody Vanderwall. And Vanderwall's doing whatever he can right now to catch up to the back bumper of that Napa Auto Parts Toyota being piloted by Derek Kraus. Deegan's starting to really pick up some speed now. I think she's lighting the wick on that candle as she's starting to close in on the 43 of Cody Vanderwall. Vanderwall, the driver out of LaSalle, Colorado, out of the Levine Motorsports Racing Stables, doing a fine job right now. But he's got some company coming as Haley Deegan is starting to put a little room between her and that 9 car of Huddleston. And close the gap on Cody Vanderwall. Meanwhile, the battle in the back between the 99 of Zamora and the 6 of Jagger Jones staying relatively mild at this point in time in the race as we've approached 103 laps in, 47 to go for the leader Derek Kraus as he works his way out of turn number 4 and across the stripe. 103 laps in, and all 103 of them have been led by Derek Kraus. I think we're about to see a good battle once again, this time for the 2 spot now as Haley Deegan has made her way around Huddleston and closed that gap. About 4 laps ago, it was about a 4 car length lead. It shrunk to about a 2 car length lead now as Haley Deegan's on the move, looking to make that 2 spot spot. Hers, as Cody Vanderwall has it. She wants it. .45 to go now for Derek Kraus in the 16. Coming down to go time. Go time is showtime, and showtime is now. Does Hailie Deegan have anything for the 43 of Vanderwall? Getting around the lap car, the 31. Off of the back stretch, down through 3 and 4. Deegan ever so gracefully just closing that gap now on the number 43 of Vanderwall. 107 laps in, going to be 42 to go as the leader Derek Kraus makes his way to turn 4, sails it off of the exit, comes across the stripe, back onto the minors, down into turn 1. 42 to go. Kraus, your race leader, getting around Todd Souza in the 13, going to work on the 36, Ron J. Ron J is a sprint car open wheel driver, taking his, oh, we got a spinner on the front stretch. That's going to have to bring out the caution flag, and it does. The caution flag is going to fly once again. Big, big development here in the running of the Clint Newell Auto Group Toyota 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts and Ineos Motor Oil. 4th caution flag of the night coming your way here on lap 110 with 40 more to go. You're watching it live right here on fanschoice.tv. We're going to go back to a little music right now, but we will be back with more after this. All right, race fans, welcome back. You're watching it live here on fanschoice.tv here from Douglas County Speedway in Roseburg, Oregon. I'm Nate Graves on the call. Thanks for joining us for tonight's action of the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West with the running of the Clint Newell Auto Group 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts and Ineos Motor Oil. The story right now is all Derek Kraus in the 16 machine. He is your race leader. He's led all 114 laps right now. We've had 4 caution flags. Haven't seen a whole lot of carnage tonight, which is good if you own one of these race cars. But the story right now, to me, is what's Hailie Deegan going to do on this restart, particularly with Cody Vanderwall. Now, keep in mind, we've seen kind of a trend being developed here on these restarts with the second-place driver consistently getting freight trained and ran back into the 4th position on the onset of these restarts. So my question right now is, what's Cody Vanderwall going to do to try to stymie that pattern that we've seen occur on each and every one of these restarts? Is he going to have anything? And right now, I'd say Hailie Deegan, who's running in that 3rd spot, is sitting in the best position right now to take advantage and jump all over the back bumper, that 43 of Cody Vanderwall. We're going to be seeing green flag action coming your way right now as Derek Kraus and Cody Vanderwall set the pace on the front row. Coming through turns 3 and 4, Kraus and Vanderwall, Deegan and Huddleston, Jones and Zamora. That is your top 6. 2 by 2 by 2, 5 back. 115 is the lap number, and the green flag is back out into the air. And Derek Kraus, once again, good jump of the restart. Vanderwall holding the 19 down on a low line, trying to keep that pinch now. running that second groove, and so far that's the best restart we've seen of the night from the second place car. Cody Vanderwall, though, he's going to lose that 2 spot. Jump back into line, move it right back to the rear bumper of the 19 of Deegan as they work their way out of turn number 2. Little bit of contact, no harm, no foul. Kraus continues to lead. 118 laps down, done, and in the books right now as your leader, Derek Kraus, comes across the start-finish line. Vanderwall losing a little bit of an edge right now in the 3 spot as Deegan goes to work on the back bumper of her teammate, the 16 of Kraus. Oh, big drive down into the corner right there by Jagger Jones. Jones going to work on the 43 of Vanderwall. Those two make contact. Great save, though, by Cody Vanderwall, but it's going to allow Jagger Jones to take an advantage. He's got a heap of steam coming off of the back stretches. Vanderwall crosses him over, gives him a little bumper back, and works to his inside. Great battle between Cody Vanderwall and Jagger Jones. Jones is going to take the 3 spot. Vanderwall is going to go back to work. It's a Bob Brucati sandwich now. And the meat is Cody Vanderwall. Vanderwall in the 4 spot rather. Jagger Jones has the 3 position. Vanderwall's going to lose a little bit of an edge that time by as Jagger Jones takes sole possession of the 3rd spot. Focus your attention now back towards the front of the field. Good battle is bubbling. It's brewing. And it's Hailie Deegan in the 19. Going to work, starting to catch that 16 of Derek Kraus. Well, if you didn't get a chance to, I recommend you jump on to YouTube, check out the fanschoice.tv coverage of the Colorado National race. We're seeing the top 2 cars from that race battling it out right now. It's Hailie Deegan in the 2 spot. Derek Kraus in the 16. Kraus is doing whatever he can right now to hold on Deegan. Deegan's doing whatever she can to try to catch Derek Kraus. Coming down to crunch time. Crunch time is lunchtime, and Hailie Deegan's looking to eat. $125 laps in. Your leader, Derek Kraus, coming around through 3 and 4 right now as he's going to have 24 to go. He's led all 126 laps so far. Does Hailie Deegan have anything for him? We're going to find out. 24 to go. Deegan starting to lose a little bit of an edge right now. We've got spinners in turns 3 and 4, and the yellow flag's going to fly once again here from the Douglas County Speedway in Roseburg, Oregon. Wow. Yellow flag is out. This is the second time we've seen that yellow flag fly for the 37 of Keith McGee. McGee driving for American Cancer Society in a Chevrolet is pointing the wrong way. There he goes. He's got to straighten up now on the front stretch there through 3 and 4. So Keith McGee gets it straightened out, but this is a wrench. Throw it into the mix now as all plans are pretty much going to go out the window. Right now, it is lunchtime for these drivers, and as I mentioned before, Hailie Deegan's looking to eat right now. And her meal is right in front of her, and that's Derek Kraus in the 16. Derek driving the BMR Napa Auto Parts number 16 Toyota. Deegan also out of the BMR stables in that number 19 machine. That car sponsored by Monster Energy and Napa Power Premium Plus. It is a Toyota. As I mentioned before, out of the Bill McAnally Racing stables, Deegan, of course, became the first female driver to win on one of the top 4 NASCAR circuits last season at Meridian Speedway. I was there. Man, that was an awesome race. And we're seeing what I believe is going to be another great finish by a couple of really talented, very, very, very good Bill McAnally Racing drivers, Derek Kraus in that 16 and Hailie Deegan in that 19 machine. They are going to be doing battle. Don't forget about Jagger Jones in the back as well. You know he's got it in his head the way that Deegan drove him. A little bit, I don't want to use the word rough, but that was, just say, man, that's short track racing at its finest right now. This is primarily a 1-groove racetrack, so you know when you come to a short track such as the Douglas County Speedway here in Roseburg, Oregon, with a 1-groove track like this, you know you're going to see the bumpers come out, and that's exactly what we've seen here tonight between all 5 of our top 5 drivers, which has been kind of a shuffle if you take Derek Kraus out of that equation. Of course, Kraus has led every lap here tonight, And it looks like we're going to be getting the restart here at about lap 131, 132. Going to leave us with about an 18 or 19 lap shootout. So yeah, I'm getting the word up here from NASCAR. 1 to go now, this time by. As Takuma Koga, the driver out of Nagoya, Japan, takes his lap back. Lights are off of the pace car. Derek Kraus and Haley Deegan, the Bill McAnally Racing teammates, set the pace of the front row for what's going to be an 18-lap shootout. Jagger Jones in the 6 and Cody Vanderwall, the 43, make up your 3rd and 4th positions. Row number 3 in the insides, the 9 of Huddleston, and the 99 of Brittany Zamora now as Derek Kraus sets the pace. Deegan to his high side, and the green flag is out once again. Plant the power, harvest the speed. 18-lap shootout for the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West, and another great restart by the 16 of Derek Kraus. Working to the inside, Jagger Jones is going to take the 2 spot away. Oh, we got hard contact between the number 9 of Huddleston and the 19 of Haley Deegan. Deegan's going to lose a little bit of momentum out of turn number 2. Huddleston's got the edge down into turn 3 off of the backstretch through 3 and 4. Huddleston clears the 19 of Deegan, and Deegan's being challenged by the Idaho driver, Travis Milburn, in the 08. Meanwhile, back out up front, it's all Derek Kraus. Kraus's race to lose here from Douglas County Speedway tonight. You're seeing it live right here on Fans Choice. Oh, wow, and Haley Deegan just lost another position now to the 08 of Travis Milburn. She's running in the 5th spot now, with the 99 Zamora running 6th. 136 laps in, going to be 13 to go at the line next time by for Derek Kraus. Meanwhile, back in behind our leaders, Haley Deegan in the 19s worked her way up underneath the 08 of Milburn. Milburn's going to lose that spot. Deegan takes it back over. 137 laps in, Derek Kraus is the race leader. Getting word up here from NASCAR that the 43 car, they're looking at the hood of the 43 machine of Cody Vanderwall. Looks like a hood pin might have come out on that car. NASCAR keeping a watchful eye on that situation as it develops. Vanderwall's fallen off huge here in the last succession of caution flags. He's all the way back in behind Brittany Zamora in the 7th spot. What an impressive run right now, though, for Idaho driver Travis Milburn in the 08. Milburn had a hard race. Bad luck at Sonoma. He's had bad luck, pretty much been marred by bad luck all season long. He's got a top 5 going right now as he sits just in front of Brittany Zamora in the 99 machine. Single file all the way through the field now as Derek Kraus continues the race lead in the 16 car. Jagger Jones, P2. Bob Bruncotti's 2nd entry, the number 9 of Trevor Huddleston, is running 3rd. Deegan, though. Deegan's on the move, way back up into the front. Boy, she got shuffled back in that last restart as Derek Kraus comes out of turn number 4 to cross the stripe. 8 more laps around the track for Derek Kraus. Oh, here we go. Crunch time, go time. Go time is showtime. Showtime is now, and it's all Derek Kraus putting on an electrifying show for the fans here in Roseburg, Oregon at the Douglas County Speedway. Kraus has led every lap so far. Coming around, he's going to be seeing 5 laps to go and hoping, crossing his fingers in the cockpit of that race car that a caution flag doesn't fly, because right now it's all Derek Kraus in this one. Meanwhile, the battle for the 3 spot is heating up. Deegan works to the inside of the 9 of Huddleston. Huddleston gets a little bit of a surge of momentum out of turn number 2 onto the backstretch, but Deegan maintains that 3 spot, and she's going to clear the 9 of Huddleston coming through 3 and 4. Haley Deegan's moved into the 3 spot, but it may be a day late and $1 short for the driver of the number 19 Bill McAnally Racing entry of Haley Deegan. Kraus just crossed the stripe. 3 to go. Going to be seeing 2 to go at the line next time by for Derek Kraus. 2 to go for Derek Kraus now as he comes across the start-finish line. It's pretty scattered out right now. All Jagger Jones in that 2 spot's got to do is maintain a little bit of pace, and he's going to have that 2 position locked down tight. Deegan running 3rd, Huddleston in the 4th spot. White flag is out. One more go round from Douglas County Speedway in Roseburg, Oregon. Derek Kraus puts his foot down into it out of turn 2. Back onto the binders into 3. Through the center and up off. It's all Derek Kraus, and the Bill McAnally Racing driver crosses the stripe, takes the checkered flag, and the race is over. Derek Kraus is going to win for the 2nd year in a row here from the Douglas County Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your drivers! Roseburg, Oregon, what do you think? Love it. The only NASCAR race in Oregon, and it's Derek Kraus in victory lane. Don't forget, race fans, we're having a party in the pits afterwards. Come on down. If you weren't able to get that autograph you wanted in our autograph session, come on out of the pits afterwards. We're going to open them up and let you guys come in. Jake, thank you. Yeah, no, one more time, what do you think, Roseburg? Well, for the 2nd year in a row, Derek Kraus finds himself in victory lane, driving that number 16 Napa Auto Parts Toyota. 3 years ago, go back to 3 years ago, Kraus finished 3rd in this race to Todd Gilliland, who was the winner in that very same car. But he's making it 2 in a row here tonight. Derek Kraus in victory lane. Jagger Jones coming home with a 2 spot, and a nice late race rally by Miss Haley Deegan in the number 19 machine. She comes home 3rd. And as I mentioned before, race fans, don't forget we're having a party in the pits afterwards. So stay tuned for that. Come on down, meet the drivers, get some autographs, check out these cars up close and personal. And one more time, I also want to thank our sponsors for tonight. Clint Newell Auto Group, the Clint Newell Auto Group Toyota 150 presented by Napa Auto Parts and Eneos Motor Oil. Fantastic show that they put on each and every year. Can't do it without them. Big thanks to the folks at the Clint Newell Auto Group. All right, we're going to get a sound bite. We're going to let our drivers get out, get cooled down. We're going to talk to our top 3 finishers tonight. We're going to Haley Deegan in the 19 machine. We're going to go to Jagger Jones, then we're going to have a little bit of a soundbite from our race winner for the 2nd year in a row, Derek Kraus, piloting the 16. Also want to thank our friends at Napa Auto Parts and Napa Portland for helping us out as well. As Derek Kraus comes out, he's the winner. And yeah, and a quick reminder to all you race fans that beverages tonight. I want to remind you, if you've been drinking, please don't drive home. Find yourself a ride, get home safe. Last thing we want to see after an awesome night of events, such as we saw tonight, is somebody getting hurt or even worse, getting a DUI. So yeah, if you've been drinking, please don't drive home. Find yourself a ride, get home safe. Yeah, I'm going to go. All right, let's hear from our third place finisher, Haley Deegan, driving the Napa Power Premium Plus number 19 Monster Energy backed Bill McAnally Racing Toyota. Haley Deegan, make some noise for Haley. Haley, I know it's not the finish you wanted. You got somewhat of a disappointed look on your face, but boy, you got shuffled into the back there in the fourth place on that late race restart, and you were able to rally back up into the third spot. Are you happy with this finish?
I'd say the outside lane was just so bad on restarts. It would not, like, it was so slick up there, so it was just such tight racing. It's so hard to get down, so by the time I get down, it's already in fifth, and then have to make my way back up, but it's just all strategy and how lucky you get with the yellows if you want to be in second or if you want to be in third. I was good when I was in third, but then I get in second, and then we get screwed on the next restart, so it's just a very strategy race, and we just didn't get the good end of the restarts, but in the end, good points day, no wrecked equipment, go on to the next one, and hopefully we get another one eventually.
And who do you got today, Kaylee?
Yeah, everyone, Bill McAnally Racing, everyone. Kyle for setting up this car. This is the best car we got in the shop. Just got unlucky tonight, and so in the end, everyone who supports me, Napa, Monster, my whole family, we'll get them next time.
Marred by bad luck of the restarts, but she comes home third. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the 19, Haley Deegan. We go now to Derek Kraus, driving the number 16 Napa Auto Parts Toyota. Derek, second year in a row that you found victory lane here. You got to be pretty pumped.
Yeah, this was a really good race car they prepared for me tonight. It was really good on the longer runs. It fired off a little tight, but overall, once you got 10, 15 laps on these tires, it was really fast. So I just can't thank these BMR guys enough.
You led every lap of tonight. Tell me this isn't the best race car that you've ever driven.
Yeah, this was definitely one of them. This is a really good race car that they prepared, like I said, and I really am looking forward to the next race at Iowa.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your race winner, the 16 of Derek Kraus. We're going to go now to our second place finisher, Jagger Jones, driving for the Bob Bruncati Racing Team in the number 6 Sunrise Ford. And boy, Jagger, you had a lot for him tonight, coming home second. How happy are you? You got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with our run. We had a great second place finish tonight. We weren't there with Derek. He was kind of in his leave zone, but behind him it was a dog race. Just trying to get an odd number so you could be on the inside for the restarts. That was super key. And then that was pretty much what led us to a second. I think we had speed for second or third, and that's where we put it.
Yeah, we definitely saw an emerging trend coming off of those caution flag restarts. You probably wanted to be in the third spot, but as opposed to that 2 spot.
Yeah, I really wanted to be in the 1 spot is where I wanted to be.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Jagger Jones! Want to remind everybody once again, if you've been drinking, please don't drive home. Get home safe. My name is Nate. I love Oregon. Thank you for having me here. We'll be back next year.